Sorry, I'm setting everything up so that I can see. Right. This is a sort of mini concert that I'm doing for As Above So Below, the band that I am the singer for and co-founder. I couldn't do it on the As Above So Below channel because, alas, we do not have 1,000 subscribers yet, which sucks. And you can't do a live from your phone unless you've got 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to do it on my channel, but it presents me an opportunity because on my channel, we're kind of straying away from the music part a little bit. People think that I'm just a reactor. They don't realize what this channel is really supposed to be about, which is that I'm a singer and performer. So we can get back to that a little bit. And for those of you who don't know I'm a part of a band, now you do. And you're going to get to hear the songs off our original EP, a cover song, and you're going to get to hear a new single that we are releasing next month as well at the very end, so stick around for that. Now, I would ask, but obviously not right now because you're currently looking at me, when we're done with this video, do jump over and subscribe to As Above So Below. The whole purpose for doing this video in the first place is because, as you know, at the moment, with everything that's going on around the world, we're all pretty much on lockdown in our houses. And it can get boring. It can get boring. You know, you're probably on lockdown with family members that you'd rather not be on lockdown with, or family members that you love, but yeah, the more time with them, the more you want to kill them. Hey, Kenneth. And this is basically to help us, obviously, stay entertained, really, more than anything. It's also to promote social distancing, and As Above So Below, we're perfect for this. Kota and I live in the UK, Kota lives in America. So Kota and I have never met. So if we can sit here and do what we're doing, which is have a band and perform and create music and release an album. We released an EP last year, and we can do all that without ever even being on the same continent, let alone in the same room. Then just because you're stuck at home, it doesn't mean that you can't do anything. Even our producer, we did the first EP, we did it all ourselves, we mixed it, everything ourselves. And for this album, we've hired a professional to do those things. And even he is from the UK like me, but we've never even met each other because the way Kota and I record is at home. We just send him the stuff, he mixes it, sends it back. So we haven't even met him face to face. So we're doing all of this. A music video, Devil in Paradise music video up on our channel, the latest music video release for As Above So Below. Again, done by a lady who is from the UK like me, somebody I met via a singing app. Never met her in person either. So we have all this little network and team of connections. And even when we could be around each other, because there wasn't any social distancing, we weren't around each other. We have a guitarist who may be doing some lead guitar work on some of our tracks. I have met him in person before. I was in a band with him called Severed Head. There is a video of one of our performances up on my channel. But we haven't seen each other in years. He might be doing some lead guitar work for us, and again, we won't be seeing him because he lives in a different part of the country and obviously a different continent, Dakota. So the point to all that is we're building a career, we're doing all this stuff. I mean, even this YouTube, I don't see people face to face, you know, so we can do all this stuff still, even though we're confined to our houses. And Together at Home is a great little movement, and there's a lot of musicians and bands playing little concerts to do this, to keep people entertained and to promote social distancing. And some people just don't feel so alone. You know, there are some people who, yeah, it's bad enough being trapped in a house with people, but Imagine what it must be like for people who don't live with anybody. They're just trapped in the house by themselves with their. Even the most reclusive of us still get, still get lonely. So hopefully this will help anyone who's feeling lonely. I will be chugging water. There will be little coughs. I will be having little sniffles. Don't worry, I don't have the coronavirus. I have allergies. How boring. Hey, Michael. So we're going to be doing this. Now, I have just come from doing this live on As Above So Below's Instagram page. So you can probably hear as I'm talking, my voice, my talking voice is definitely worse than my singing voice at the minute. But some of these songs are not going to be exactly as they are in the EP. I'm probably going to take some little cuts and cheats vocally in places, so that I can get through them, and so that you guys aren't listening to these going, my ears, because I don't want that. Yeah. Now, the first song I'm going to do, because I've talked a little bit, is called Devil in Paradise. It was the first song Kota and I wrote together. I'll give you some history on it once I'm done with it. I think you should perform this song and then I'll give you the history on it. Like I said, sorry about the sniffling and stuff. It's live. Can't cut it out when it's live. Enjoy. Look into his eyes, blue as ocean, deep with light. Pulling me from reality, from my soul. There's a devil in paradise around my throne as we smile to the crowd. You'd think they noticed, never underestimate the power of pretty blue eyes. There's a devil in paradise, a demon in heaven. Walk down this road, hand in hand, the night together. Alone I stand, pulling me from reality, from my soul. There's a devil in paradise, a demon in heaven. A demon in heaven, stealing and punching and stealing and lying, screaming, deceiving, berating and trying to pull down my confidence, leave me here dying. I won't allow this. I will break free. I have wings and I will soar, pulling me know I'm 2 for 2 for that big note in the middle of this song, and I have to be perfectly honest. When I recorded these, I wrote the melodies, I recorded them, I never sang them again. Up until today, when I have gone through and gone, because I've listened to them, I've just not sang them. So today I've gone, right, picked out the songs I was going to sing, warmed my voice up, practiced all the songs, then I sang them all again on Instagram Live, and now I'm singing them all again on YouTube Live for you. For those of you who have just tuned in, this is a mini concert of As Above, So Below songs, which is a band I'm a co-founder in Singapore. The reason it's on my channel and not As Above, So Below's channel is because, unfortunately, we do not have enough subscribers. You need 1,000 to do lives off your phone, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers on there yet. So when you are done here, or do it quickly now and then jump back, please do go and subscribe to As Above, So Below's channel, because, well, all this great music that you're currently hearing, it's so much better in the recordings, and there are music videos, and we have a single that I'm going to be performing for you at the end of this live that is coming out in April, and it's been all professionally mixed, and it's awesome. You don't want to miss that stuff, because if you're on my channel, you're going to get all the reactions and vocal covers, which is still awesome. But if you want to hear all the As Above, So Below stuff, you just gotta go to As Above, So Below. Now, the channel is linked on my page. So if you do, I will forgive you for leaving the video temporarily to go subscribe, but do come back quickly. I am going to be doing a cover song for you in the middle of all this as well. If you do have questions for me, please do ask them. Questions, try and keep the questions related to the band and the music, then ask it. Sorry if this keeps cutting in and out. I had this trouble with my other YouTube live the other day where it would keep reconnecting. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi, so I please just sorry for that. Right, now I do have a couple of questions here. Good evening, how's everything going? I forgot to ask you something on your other stream. Have you watched Within Temptation's show at Wacken Open Air 2019 yet? I haven't, but I am going to. Within Temptation are currently doing premieres every Thursday of shows, live shows they've performed in the past. They're uploading those as part of this Together at Home thing as well, so I will get around to doing it. Yeah, the reason Devil in Paradise sounds familiar, Saran, is because it is previously released work from As Above, So Below. We released it August last year. So yeah, but it's a completely original song. Kota wrote the music, I wrote the melody. It's completely original by us. But yes, it was released last year. All of these are songs from the EP we released in August, except for the one cover and then the very last song I'm going to do, which is a new song that you may have heard a little snippet of, but you'll get to hear the full thing. Was it hard to get As Above, So Below's channel and official artist channel on YouTube? We use CD Baby as kind of a proxy. We use CD Baby to distribute our music and release our music, and they're sort of they act almost like a management system in a way as well. It's how we managed to get our music on iTunes, is because CD Baby handled that. And we use CD Baby to request an artist channel on YouTube, and that's how we got that. A little bit of irony though is a band or a vocalist released an album called As Above, So Below a few years ago. That's not ours. I have contacted YouTube about it to say we don't want to be taking credit for someone else's work. They haven't removed it yet, so. Hopefully they will. Right. I'm going to move on to our next song. This is Forsaken, personally my favourite song off the EP. Oh, I never talked to you about Devil in Paradise history, did I? Please ask any questions you might have. I will give you the Devil in Paradise history after Forsaken. I don't want to take too long talking in between these songs because we have a few to get through. Right, here we go. My favourite. Pray for me, my darling. I've got a secret. It's underneath my baby, just out of the border. Do you think you have what it takes to handle me? Or will you get burned by my sin? Would you leave me here forsaken? Forsaken and leaving me. Going. What's in line there, baby? Showing tell. Do you think you have what it takes to handle me? Or will you get burned by my sin? Would you leave me here forsaken? Forsaken. Can you hear the siren song calling? Do you think you have what it takes to handle me? Or will you get burned by my sin? Would you leave me here forsaken? Forsakenly deep in me. Oh, it only took me 3 times doing that song to get that last word on the right beat. I kept singing it too early. Oh, wow. Right, Let's have a little look. Yeah, they're on my watch later, Saran, the Within Temptation concerts, but time, dude, time. Grasspop's got cleaner mix in. It's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes shows sound cleaner than others. Some bands travel with their own sound engineers. Some have whatever sound engineer is at the venue. They use their sound engineers. So CD Baby, you have to be an artist with them, and you have to have released music for them to verify you as an artist channel. Headbang like Sharon or Samana. Headbang like me. Oh, thank you. A little bit of background. I'm not sure about what you're saying about you heard Devil in Paradise before. It's an original song. Kotra and I wrote it. So the only way you will have heard it is when we released it. We did release snippets of it. I released snippets of it on my YouTube channel and on, my Instagram before it was released in August, because I didn't have an As Above So Below YouTube and stuff at that time. But yeah, it's original by us. So Devil in Paradise was the first song that we wrote together, Kotra and I. Kotra had the song for 10 years, trying to find a singer for it. And he found me via YouTube, and we did, like, I did the vocals, and he loved it. And it was only supposed to be a 1-song deal, but he loved it, so he asked me to do some more, and we decided to do the whole EP. And then, hello, there's Kota. And then once we'd done the whole EP, we decided to form a band because we just loved working together so much. So yeah, if you would like to know what it was written about from my perspective as the person writing it, I'm happy to tell you. Just let me know. I generally don't tell people what songs are about too much, because we all connect to songs in our own way, and I like people to be able to listen to it and connect to it for whatever reason they do, even if it's not anywhere near what the song was initially written about. As for Forsaken, Forsaken is just a dirty song. It's a dirty song about sex, and I love it. I love singing it. It's deliciously naughty, and yeah, it's my favourite off the EP for that sole reason. And it's so much fun to sing, and I left a lot of gap for headbanging and stuff in there. And we will go on tour, and when we do, I cannot wait to play Forsaken live, because it's going to be awesome. Right, moving on swiftly to the next song. Now, the next song is my cover song, and yeah, I've gone a bit boring here, I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing a song that I never really liked until recently. Basically, I'm doing My Immortal by Evanescence. I was never a fan of My Immortal. I felt it was overplayed, and I felt the same way Amy does. I felt like people just gave the song more attention than it was worth. There were so many other great songs that they've released as singles, so many other great songs that they've done in general. Yeah, I just felt like My Immortal just got more attention than was necessary. But when she released the synthesis version, I didn't listen to it because I was skipping it because I was like, oh, I'm not bothered. And my granddad passed away. And his passing, he paid for me as his last kind of thing to go and see Evanescence Synthesis live and meet the band. And obviously they played My Immortal, and there was this moment where it just connected to me right off the bat. It just hit me. I don't know. There was something about it just made me remember my granddad, and it kind of hit me. And I was in the front row, and Amy, I know what it's like being on stage. You just see lights. You can't see the crowd. So she wouldn't have done it intentionally, but there was a moment where she was looking directly at me as she was singing it. And ever since that, I've been in love with the synthesis version. It just reminds me of my granddad. And the song I'm going to be doing after this is about my granddad as well. It was one we wrote. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing this one. I did do on the Instagram live, I did Even in Death, but my voice has got a little bit sore because, like I said, there's a little bit difficult, well, more difficult than My Immortal. It may not be sang exactly how I would normally sing it as well, because like I said, my throat is sore, so I might chicken out of certain notes. But yeah, I'm going to do My Immortal, the synthesis version. Whilst I'm doing this, if you again have any questions for me, please do put them in the comments section, and I will get to them afterwards. It is a good song, Michael. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I just feel like compared to a lot of their other stuff, it got a bit too much attention. But then it's an opinion, isn't it? It's my opinion. Like assholes, everybody's got one. But do not let my opinion make you feel like you can't love the song. If you love My Immortal, you love My Immortal. I have no issues with people who love the song. I just personally, that Fallen version, not a huge fan. But like I said, this synthesis version, it's not even the version of the song so much. And something about this version just does it for me. I'm so tired of being here, suppressed by all my childish fears. If you have to leave, I wish that you would just leave. Your presence still lingers here, and it won't leave me alone. These wounds won't seem to heal. This pain is just too real. There's just too much that time cannot erase. When you cried, I'd wipe away all of your tears. When you'd scream, I'd fight away all of your fears. So there we have it. Oh, let's see if anything was said. I'm an eyes closed kind of singer. Bands tend to play poppy songs more than those B-side gems. Within Temptations, this tour was just like that. But it's anyway. Obviously, if you're going to see a band on a tour for, you know, Resist that you brought up, which was the album, obviously they're going to play the songs off Resist. That's what you expect. But Amy herself has said that My Immortal and even Bring Me to Life a little bit have become a bit of a chore for her, because she cannot do a single performance without performing those songs. Otherwise, people complain. And I really hope that that never happens for As Above, So Below, because I can tell you right now, I will be happy to play a #1 single for you at most shows. But as we gain more songs in our repertoire, eventually I'm going to want to leave out one of those songs so that I can put someone else in its place. And because Evanescence is a rock band, they can't do too many ballads in their set, otherwise people get antsy. So the fact that My Immortal is a ballad as well means that they kind of only have room for doing that and one or two other ballads. Whereas I personally, it would be nice to see a show where they do Lithium, Good Enough, and Even in Death. But they couldn't really fit all those in because people would complain there were too many ballads. So it's a balancing act. And it's a bit of fan service, you know, keep My Immortal in there even if you're sick of playing it, because it's a fan favorite and they love it. And if you do have a tough crowd that night, I suppose throwing in a song you know is guaranteed to kill is not a bad thing. So yeah. The next song that I'm going to do is called Pauline. I cannot speak for every Ev fan, but for myself, My Immortal has kind of become stale for me. Bring Me to Life is still always great fun. I would love to see them throw something else in there. I think they do play a lot of the same songs nowadays as well. You rarely get songs from Fallen other than the singles. And as for The Open Door, you rarely, if ever, get any songs off The Open Door, which is a shame because I love it. Yeah, the next song I'm going to do is called Pauline. Pauline, I wrote about my granddad's struggle with dementia and how it was difficult for us as his family as well to deal with that. So it's not my favorite song musically that we've done. Excuse me, singer burps. Whoever was in the live with me the other day, as a singer, the way you have to breathe as you're singing, it makes you like, you get gassy, and then you get what I like to call singer burps. Pretty much most of the times you see singers turn around on stage, they're probably sniffing, sneezing, coughing, or letting rip a singer burp. Probably, because you don't want the audience to see you going bleh or coughing. So generally, if you need to cough or something, you kind of turn away and do it and turn back. Or they're looking at sneaky lyrics they've got hidden somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so Pauline is a very sad song for me. It's not the easiest song that I've written. Musically, not my favorite, but I said before, I think it's more because of the message behind it. It's a bit like my Hello, if you like, by Amy. It's very personal, and I think the message just gets me a little not wanting to do it because it makes me feel sad. But I'm going to do it for you anyway, because that's what we do. I just want to say, for anybody who's just joining the live, or if you're watching this after it's been finished, we're doing this in support of social distancing and to show that we can still be together at home. Hashtag. So I hope that this is entertaining for you and giving you something to do, whether you're enjoying my performances or you're just enjoying laughing at me. Whatever, as long as you're getting some joy out of it, right? Please remember to be kind. Your opinion is your opinion. If somebody else disagrees, they're not hating on you. They just have a different opinion. And other people's opinions are their opinions of you. It's none of your problem. So don't let other people's opinions get you down. Right. we're going to move on. I'm trying to be quick because we're already at almost 40 minutes and I have a couple more songs to go. So, again, as always, any questions, let me know. Nobody's really asked any questions yet, which either makes me feel like I'm answering all your questions before asking, which is kind of good, but it also makes me feel like you might not be interested enough to ask a question. I hope that's not the second one. Also, don't forget, do it now if you want to, but head on over to the As Above So Below YouTube channel and subscribe so that next time I do a live, I can do it on their channel and not here. It is linked in this channel. Oh, sorry. I did say that it's going to cut out and in. It was doing it the other day to me, so apologies for that. Thank you for sticking with me, those who have, though. I thought it had probably froze because I had 4 people watching and then all of a sudden there was nobody, so that all my singing scared you all away. It's been a long day. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. At least you remember that I guess today so alive when who you are has died. Do you say this world through vacant eyes? Do you recognize nothing that makes me who I am? A smile, a love, my hand. I remember lines, voices, and fears. Cigars and belonging. Today so alive when who you are has died. Do you say this world through vacant eyes? Oh, 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 oh. 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 Okay, we're down to 2 songs left, everybody. 2 songs left. There was something popped up whilst I was singing. How have you been practicing for these high notes in this song? This is like you're using 90% of your head voice. I just kind of do it. Sharon Denadell from Within Temptation and myself are very similar in that way. Not had any training. A bit like Amy, I did choir at school, primary school though, not secondary school. But I think it's when you write your own melodies, you can pretty much hit the notes you're writing. There's the odd notes in songs I've written that I really pushed myself, and in the recording studio when I was recording it for the the finished single, it took a few tries to get it right. But I haven't really practiced doing the high notes really. It's not all head voice as it sounds as well. Obviously head and chest voice, we're just talking there about where it sounds like it comes from. There is another sort of middle ground to that, which is throat voice, which is what I tend to do a lot of. And throat voice is a mixture of chest and head, and it's a very small range, at least for me it is. I know other singers do it occasionally, but I've never seen or heard another singer who does it as much as I do it. And it's basically where you're singing certain notes and they're not coming from your chest, they're not coming from your head, they're coming from here. And because they're coming from your throat, they resonate slightly different. So they get the full sound of a chest voice, but the pitch of a head voice. And a few of the notes in that song are that. You're going to hear it in this next song as well, in the vocal solo in the middle of this next song. I do it as well. And this was our first single from our EP in August, and it's the self-titled track for the self-titled EP of As Above, So Below. I just sing. Generally, if you're struggling, open your mouth more. Try and keep your tongue out the way. In Pauline, the only sort of real sort of singing technicalities I really put into that was in the chorus, the C and the B, to be so alive when who you are has died, do you see the world? I sing them as bay and say because doing them in my chest voice, trying to hit the note with an E vowel was too difficult for me, so I changed it to an A vowel, which made it easier. It's something to note that when you're singing, if you're having trouble hitting a certain note, maybe, or it's shaky, maybe try changing the vowel. So see how that goes for you. I will have to sing Coach's parts for him as he can't do it. Fighting for desire to see what's right in front of you. The angel in disguise will be the death of you. So you can't destroy to find the very best of you. As above, so below, to hell with all the rest of you. seek and destroy to find the very best of you. As above, so below, to hell with all the rest of you. Fighting through desire to see what's right in front of you. An angel in disguise will be a death of you. Seek and destroy to find the very best of you. As above, so below, to hell with all the rest of you. So below to hell with all the rest of you. Fighting through desire to see what's right in front of you. An angel in disguise will be the death of you. Seek and destroy to find the very best of you. As above, so below to hell with all the rest of you. We are here for now and I hold on, I'll see and fear. Siren song below the sea. Angels sing, which are we? I pointed out for you there some of the throat notes that come from here rather than here or there. So there you go. Oh, right, we're almost on an hour, so I'm going to run straight into our last song, which is also a single that is yet to be released. You may have heard snippets of it, but it will be released in April. Now, once again, just quickly before we have our little encore and finish, I did this today to help entertain you guys, and I really hope that you were entertained, but also to promote social distancing. Everything that Coach and I do for As Above, So Below, we do without ever seeing each other. Now, that is not out of choice. Normally, before the whole COVID-19 thing, we would have spent time together recording these songs, but he lives in America and I live in the UK. We're on two different continents, so it couldn't happen. So everything that we are doing has had to be done from distance. So just because you're social distancing yourself, just because you're in self-isolation or in quarantine or lockdown, it doesn't mean, and we have done all of that without ever seeing each other in the flesh. This is also for together at home. I have social and sort of anxieties, and I had agoraphobia for a while, which is a fear of leaving the house. I still get it a little bit when my anxiety and depression is really bad, but pretty much I'm good now. So I used to self-isolate all the time. I'm a full-on recluse. But I know even for myself, even with being a recluse and having this not wanting to leave for anxiety reasons, I still would feel lonely at times. And I would still get a bit of cabin fever. And this is also to promote Together at Home. And Together at Home, what it kind of means to me, that hashtag, is trying to help those of you who are feeling lonely and like you don't have anybody, to still feel like you're connected to the outside world. We're here for you. Had more people join today, you know, we could have had some conversations and stuff, but my internet's being choppy. It is connected to the Wi-Fi for those of you who have been screaming, put it to the Wi-Fi. It is connected to the Wi-Fi. So I do apologize for that, but you know, we're still here, and I will do another live again at some point. I'll probably make these a regular thing. Lastly, and most importantly, this has been an As Above, So Below mini concert. Now, two things you need to know about that. Firstly, I have never performed these songs live before. I've never performed these songs for anybody other than Kota, and he's only ever heard demos. Even Kota has never sat and listened to me sing these songs live before. So this is our As Above, So Below first official concert. Thank you for being a part of it. Secondly, what you need to know, besides the fact that you are now part of As Above, So Below history, is obviously this channel is not As Above, So Below's channel. Go to the As Above, So Below channel, please, and like, subscribe, because I can't do this live on my As Above channel, on our As Above channel, because you need 1,000 subscribers to go live on your mobile, and I don't have 1,000. But yes, please, please, for the love of all that you worship, go and subscribe to As Above, So Below's YouTube channel. Oh, thank you. Saran has subscribed. Yay! Because I will post snippets on this channel of what me and As Above have been up to, but you will only get to see the music videos, because yes, there are music videos. You will only get exclusive behind the scenes footage and all the good stuff on that channel. So I'm gonna do it. Do it now if you want, and then come back. Just do it. Rocking my crazy hair. It's curly girl problems right here. Right, this, and yes, Saran said it, this is a premiere of Masquerade, which is our upcoming single. It hasn't been released yet. The released version is slightly different to this version. It has a couple of extra bits added, not so much vocally, although there are obviously backing vocals and all that stuff. Musically, there are some extra parts, and the backing tracks that I have been using, they're just what Kota sends me so I can work on the melody. And it's been produced and mixed by a professional. So when it is, excuse me, Singabup, when it is released professionally, it's going to sound so much more awesome than what you're about to hear, which is still going to sound awesome. Be warned, however, this song is not for the faint of heart. It is written from an angry place, and there is swearing abundant in it. So if you do not like swearing, I would leave now. Thank you for joining. You'll probably be able to tell from the lyrics, but this song is basically dedicated to every person who has ever thought that they can play games with me, with you, and get away with it. We're going to show them that is not how we roll in the Shire. Sorry, couldn't help it. Little Big Bang Theory reference for you. Walls of my mind, they know how it hurts to play your games when the rules always fucking change. No, I won't play these games anymore. I'm closing the door on your masquerade. Step into my parlor. Stays the spider to the floor. None of this occurs to you. Looking behind those doughy eyes, wanted you to speak, but now I pray for silence. Do you know how it hurts to play your games when the rules got your marionette on a string? No, I won't play these games anymore. I'm closing the door on your masquerade. Worrying away the time, wondering what I did wrong. Going crazy, look at it, walls of my mind. None of this occurs to you. Vacant behind those doughy eyes, wanted you to speak, but now I pray for silence. Do you know how it hurts to play your games when the rules always fucking change? I'm not yours, not your marionette on a string. No, I won't play these games anymore. I'm closing the door on your masquerade. So there you go. That is it. That is all of our songs, right? Beautifully aggressive track. Thank you. Like your throaty voice, but I can hear your genuine head voice here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah and no. I have mostly a soprano sound, I think. I've never had my voice classified. I'm not sure if I'm a mezzo soprano. I think I'm probably just a soprano. And because of that, when I sing things like the opening verse, it can sound like I'm singing in head voice. I even think that myself when I'm listening back to it. But then when I sing it, I'm not singing in head voice. There's only two words out of the first verse that are done in head voice. The rest, like the one is trap and the other one is heavy at the end. The rest are all just chest voice. Yeah, my standard kind of chest voice, and then obviously with Evanescence song, Amy's comfortable range for chest voice is a bit higher than mine, so I usually am pulling up in those covers you hear. I'm coming from a higher end of my chest voice, so this is obviously more in my comfortable level of chest voice. So there you go. Vocal fry 2. Yes, there is vocal fry. There is vocal fry as well in there. It's always fun. With a song that's that aggressive, I feel like you can't just sing standard singing because, well, it's nice to sound pretty, but sometimes it ain't about being pretty. It's about being a bit grungy. So yeah, it's quite funny. When I started this channel and everything, I hated screaming and growling and stuffing songs. And then as time's gone on and I've listened to more and more of these songs on the reaction videos and all that, I've kind of warmed to it. It's only taken me 28 years, but yeah, I kind of warmed to it, to the point where now As Above has a couple of songs with screaming in that Kota does, and obviously I've got a more aggressive sort of vocal fry on this one, so yay. So thank you for joining me on this Together at Home little mini concert. Like I said, the first ever live concert that As Above has done. Unfortunately, obviously, it was just me. Kota was not able to join us for obvious reasons, but I hope you enjoyed it. You're now part of As Above, So Below history, so hats off to you. And if you still have not done it by this point, even though I keep saying go to As Above, So Below and subscribe, you don't want us writing a track about you. I jest, of course. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this songs. Let us know what you think of the new song and all the other songs, and just yeah, we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on our channel. Help us get to 1,000 subscribers, share our music around, buy our EP and stuff as well, so that we can carry on. You know, this stuff isn't free, so if you can buy the EP, it would help us bring you really great content as well. Thank you very much, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye.